In this video, I want to share how Elon Musk's master plan for growing Tesla inspired me to grow and scale my agency a different way, and how you can have more profits, more freedom, and more leverage if you follow the exact same plan that Elon Musk used to grow Tesla. Let's get it going. All right, guys, welcome back. Greg Hickman here with Alt Agency. If you're new to the channel, at Alt Agency, we train and coach agency owners and service providers on how to productize their service, how to systematize their delivery, and scale to 100K months. If you are not new here, you probably notice a new background. That's because my studio office was broken into and we had about $12,000 worth of gear stolen. Thanks to insurance, we'll be getting that back, but temporarily I'm not in the studio. Maybe another video on that another time. So what I want to talk about today, like I mentioned, is when I first heard of Elon Musk and Tesla, he came out with his master plan, and he wrote how he was going to grow and really fund the build out of this new car company, Tesla. When I look at how we grew our agency and how we grew our service offering, it really actually followed the master plan. And I think that once you understand why Elon did the things he did and how you might be able to apply that to your agency or your service business, just like we did, you'll be able to find a new way to actually grow your business, specifically serving more clients, generating more profit with less effort and less headache. In 2006, Elon Musk wrote his master plan, and fundamentally it consisted of three things. He said, we're going to create a low volume car, which would necessarily be expensive, meaning it needs to be expensive. He's going to then use that money to develop a medium volume car at a lower price, and then use that money to create an affordable high volume car. So what that looked like for Tesla was he built the Roadster. The base price of the Roadster was $200,000. It was a beautiful electric car. Everyone thought he was crazy. Obviously, nobody can afford this. But if you look back to his master plan, he needed that vehicle to be expensive. And in other reading and videos, I've heard him talk about why this was the case, because he needed to figure out how to design and produce a beautiful looking, fast, luxury sports vehicle that was electric, that people wanted, that didn't look like what everybody else was doing. And so to figure that out, he knew it was going to cost him a lot of money. So if it's going to cost him a lot of money to create, he needs to, one, charge a lot for it, and he needs to figure out this process, and probably he's not going to be able to create tons of them. Thus, he only created 2,450 between 2008 and 2012. But those learnings, tons of mistakes and errors in production, trying to figure out how to produce this vehicle, they refined their process. They got better. They streamlined. They found efficiencies. They found ways to pull this off so that in 2012 up to 2020, they sold 268,000 Model S and 182,000 Model X. That base price of the Model S was $99,000, which means the base price was cut in half. But the volume, if you look at 2,400 vehicles to 268,000 vehicles, that's over a 10,000% increase in production volume that was able to be generated. Just if you look at the S alone, that's not counting the 182,000 plus Model X's. So the learnings that he had from figuring out the Roadster, he was able to produce 10,000% more Model S's and even more Model X. From those learnings in 2017 up until 2020, it was the furthest I can get data on this, they were able to release 798,000 Model 3s. So if you look at this, where I want you to kind of think about this is he had three tiers. He started with the most expensive, right? Then he rolled out a medium, kind of in their world, a medium priced, and then kind of the most affordable, which was the Model 3s. Many of your services are probably custom, which means you also have, by constraint, low volume. Like you can't serve thousands. You couldn't even do 2,400 clients. And most traditional agencies, they serve anywhere from like 10 to 20 clients per year, right? And so the value of those clients is much higher, usually six figures in value. If you're a small to medium-sized agency or service provider, the lifetime value of a client needs to probably be minimum north of $25,000 a year to be able to serve enough of them to hit a lot of the revenue goals that you probably want. And so it's low volume. You're serving fewer clients a year. It's probably custom. in your world, it's probably maybe one-on-one delivery, very similar to the Roadster. It's very expensive. You can only serve so many people, and it probably costs a lot to deliver. So I want you to think about what your service is right now. Is it custom? Is it one-on-one? Is it low volume? It's probably very done for you related. If it's not already priced as the premium, it should be priced as the premium. Now, as you go through the delivery of this, you should get better, right? You should learn how to do it more efficiently. You should probably be creating internal tools and processes to deliver the result faster, maybe get more consistent results from your clients, which then positions you to do what Tesla did. And I think most service businesses, I believe, should be doing and what we did. And we went down one step in the ladder and we went to a medium volume. This was more done with you. It was like productized consulting, if you will. It was delivered in more of a small group versus one-on-one. And since it was productized, it obviously wasn't custom. For us up here, we were an automation and sales funnel consultancy. So we built out a lot of automation, sales funnels, a lot of custom things, new client onboarding campaigns. If you used Infusionsoft at the time, we would do basically anything. But we realized a lot of clients got the most value from webinar funnels. And so we productized our process for webinar funnels, which would be the comparison to his Model S or Model X. And so we were able to say, hey, we have this awesome package. We'll give you a webinar funnel that produces all these crazy results. And it was very productized. That allowed us to start taking on more clients that couldn't necessarily afford our customized services and or weren't even ready for that amount of customization. They really just needed to be making more money. They needed to be on the road and they couldn't afford that price point. So they wanted the first kind of core piece of automation, which was their acquisition system. Down the road, obviously, we saw Elon roll out the Model 3. And so this is the high volume. This is likely for you going to be more DIY. This could be courses. This could be books. This could be workshops. And this probably goes from productized to product and more one-to-many. I know a lot of service providers that literally went from the low volume to the medium volume, and they're doing, high 7 figures, some even 8, without ever even coming down here and breaching the DIY one-to-many offering. But I think a lot of service providers can kind of take byproducts from things they're doing up here and expose them to clients at smaller price points. Again, you might have a methodology that could become a book. You might do paid workshops. You might turn it, a mini course, something that could be delivered with really high leverage, also at a more affordable price. Again, allows you to expand your total addressable market, most likely inside of your existing niche, and serve people that couldn't afford the more expensive things. Now, if you do this, you end up having 3 revenue streams. You have different ways to serve different people. The person who wants the Roadster isn't the same person who wants the Model 3. The person who wants your custom services isn't going to be the exact same person that is going to buy your medium volume product. There are some subtle differences about that avatar that you might realize as you kind of narrow down your own niche and look at your expertise. When I saw this, obviously we went from custom everything to we had a couple different packages to, hey, we can actually now deliver that in a more small group fashion. And we've tested courses for under 2,000. While we don't have anything in our product suite right now that is DIY, I know others that do. Eventually we'll have a book, things like that. Now, quick takeaways is use your low volume, high price custom services to create profit and streamline the result delivery vehicle, which is likely going to be done for you, custom and or one-on-one. Then we expand into our medium volume. So we're going to use those learnings, use the money that we're making from the custom services to invest back into our business to offer a medium volume offering to serve probably unmet capacity, which will look something like done with you, meaning small group, productized offering. And lastly, you're going to use the learnings from that, having worked with clients through solving these problems over and over and over again. You'll have, again, probably identified loopholes, little things that people could get started with that allow you to build a more affordable, I put affordable in quotes, high volume offering that is likely more do-it-yourself, one-to-many. This could be books, workshops, things like that inside of your business. So we've done this. We've now worked with over 500 agency owners kind of following a similar process to expand their products. In doing so, really expand their profit margins. Just like Elon was thinking about, he's talked about kind of making beautiful electric cars to the masses. His end game wasn't just the Roadster. That was like the beginning of this entire journey. Now we hardly ever see Roadsters on the road. We see tons of Model 3s and tons of Model Ys. They're talking about and even more. Hopefully you can take this lesson away and think about, how can I innovate and evolve, take the things that I'm learning from all of my hard effort customizations to my existing clients that I've been able to get results for, and compartmentalize that, productize that, package that intellectual property into an offer that is medium volume. This is probably somewhere around 100 clients a year for you as a starting point, somewhere between $5 and maybe even $15,000 to $20,000 in value per client. Think about adding that level of revenue and probably profit margins, if you design it correctly, into your business that you couldn't have just serving those 10 clients a year because everything was so custom and laborious. Hope you found this valuable. If you're, again, new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and click that subscription button. We have a bunch of other free training that is available. You can check out some of those and other amazing videos right here in the description, and we'll see you in the next one.